My friend, do not fear thoughts that seem dark. Fear instead the illusion that everything will go as you wish. That is what truly breaks you. You ask me, if I imagine the worst, won't I attract it? No, the mind is not a magnet. It does not summon events. It prepares for them. When you anticipate pain, you are not inviting it. You are reducing it. Because what wounds most is not the blow. It is the surprise. It is that moment when you say, "This was not supposed to happen." And then you do not suffer only for what occurred. You suffer because you had built a different idea, a silent idea you never questioned, that things would go smoothly, that the world would follow an orderly path, that what you have today would remain. And when that idea breaks, you lose more than what happened. You lose the stability you took for granted. I have seen men collapse not because of misfortune, but because of shock. They believed certain things could not happen to them, and when they did, they had no defense. Not because the pain was unbearable, but because it was unthinkable. You do the same. You assume your work will remain stable, that people will stay, that your body will always respond, that what you know will continue as it is. And without noticing, you build a fragile trust, not in your strength, but in the continuity of things. And this trust is the most dangerous of all, because a single event can shatter it. That is why I tell you, anticipate, not to live in fear, but to correct your view, to remind yourself that everything you have can change, not to despair, but not to be surprised. If you accept that something may go wrong, when it happens you do not say, "Why me?" You simply say, "There it is." And in that moment, you remain steady, because you are not fighting reality, you recognize it. And to recognize is already a form of strength. Think of one who prepares for winter. He does not avoid it, he changes the way. He moves through it. He covers himself. He adapts. He does not complain about the cold. But the one who lives as if it were always summer suffers at the first wind, not because of the cold, but because he was not ready. So it is with life. I do not ask you to expect the worst at every moment. That would make you rigid. I ask something more precise. Do not exclude it. Do not ban it from your mind as if it were impossible. Leave it space, so that when it comes, it does not arrive as an unknown enemy, but as something you had already considered. And what you have already considered does not catch you unprepared. And what does not surprise you wounds you less. Not because it is lighter, but because you are steadier. The future is not in your hands, but the way you receive it is. And here lies the difference between those who are broken by events and those who pass through them. Not because they are stronger, but because they did not deceive themselves into thinking they would never come.